A very good afternoon to each and every one of you. A warm welcome to the NASPES AGM luncheon. Now, my name is Ilana Afrika Bredenkamp. I'm a radio and television presenter. Apparently, I'm well known for being a style icon and having fun with people and also enjoying meetings like this. So it's a real honor for me to tie things together today as your MC. But as I welcome everyone in this room, I would also like to welcome to stage Mr. Bob van Dijk, Chief Executive of NASPES, to say a few words. Let's give him a warm round of applause.
So there's many things that I absolutely love about the AGM lunch. What is the worst thing is always I get introduced by somebody who outclasses me, is better dressed, more entertaining and better looking. So it's a tough start, I must say. But I want to welcome everybody here today. Really pleased to have you all here. We have our entire board here today, the NASPES board. Wave your hand. Really happy to have you all here. They just delivered an excellent annual general meeting. Thanks for that. It's appreciated. We have the Media 24 board, not entirely here, but largely. Wave as well. Sally, wave. Johan, wave. Rachel, wave. Great. We also have a number of previous Phil Weber winners here, and maybe we have so many. Wave quickly. I know you're here. Great to have you here. And I want to extend a special welcome to our illustrious former chairman, Ton Vosloo, who's sitting with his lovely wife Annette over there. Great to have you here. Thank you. So, what I usually do here is give a little bit of context for our results and talk a little bit about how our strategy has come together and what the results are. Koos asked me to halve the number of time I speak, so I'll be super brief. So what we do, we're basically an internet technology company by now, and we're a media company. And I think there has never in history been a more exciting moment to be a technology company. I think the opportunity is tremendous, but there's also a damn lot of competition. So that means that we need to be on our toes. And I think there's actually this expression you may know, that's the other big internet companies from the US, they're collectively referred to as FANG. Have you heard that before? So that's Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. And FANG, that sounds pretty ominous, and in this case that's absolutely true, because these companies are large. They're growing very, very, very quickly, and they'll eat everything that get in their claws. So the world is an exciting place. The world we're in is a very exciting place, but it's not an easy place. Competition is coming after us really, really hard. So actually the best example is our video entertainment business. And we are extremely proud with what Imtiaz, Julissa, and the team, and obviously Ferguson has achieved in the market, but there's tremendous competition, and that competition really is from Netflix. And the competition is from YouTube, and the competition is from Amazon. It's no longer coming from another local pay TV operator. The competition is much fiercer than it ever was, and we need to be appropriately paranoid to win. And I know that the team is that. Where's Imtiaz? Are you paranoid? Probably is. So in that context, I think tremendous opportunity, but also a lot to watch out for. We actually delivered, I think, what was a good set of results. They've been pretty well received. So. Our internet sector did really well. So we grew, we accelerated revenue growth from the year before, and actually quite hard, right? So the base grew substantially, but still we managed to grow faster from the larger base. And that's something that doesn't happen very often. It's actually pretty hard to do. So a huge compliment to the people from the internet segment for making that happen. I'm really proud of that. also a big compliment to the people who run our pay TV business in South Africa. South Africa is not having an easy time, but that business performed basically, it fired on all cylinders. And I think there is so much competitive pressure, technology change, and a tough economy. To deliver that set of results is something that you should be extremely proud of. So if I can ask for a round of applause for the Motor team. I think in sub-Saharan Africa, I know that Bront and team are here today. They're probably somewhere in Nigeria. But the sub-Saharan Africa has had a really tough time. Customers are really suffering, and as a result, we've suffered as well. I think one of the things that encourages me a lot is that over the last year, we've seen our user base grow very substantially again, and I think we're on the path to get that business back to where it should be, which is a very exciting growth business. And as Koos said at the AGM, I think the continent, Africa as a continent, has tremendous promise, and I'm really, really happy we're in that business and very confident that we'll build something fantastic. So maybe a last word on one of our business that we hold near and dear, which is very well represented here. There's probably about 40% of the group. It's our Media24 business. Now, I think there's trouble coming from several directions. I think Andre is smiling at me. He knows where it is, right? So you have a sector that's structurally challenged. Print is having a very tough time. It's not going to get easier. And you also have an economic environment which is pretty tough. And if you take that as a backdrop to see what a team has achieved in terms of stabilizing results and at the same time investing in business like the one that Vincent runs in Spree, it's fantastic, right? So we are weathering a storm and still manage to invest in the future, which I think is exactly what a good company should do. So very proud of Media24, and also you can applaud for yourself. And I want to keep it brief, but I just wanted to highlight a few numbers to give you an idea on how we've performed as a group. So in the last year, our revenue growth was about 29% organically, if you strip everything out, and that's up from 22% a year before. Now, that's not easy to accelerate growth from a larger base, and I think that's something we should actually be quite proud of. It needs to be said that we have an exceptional asset in Tencent, and that's been performing tremendously well, and has helped us in that sense, together with all the other business that I mentioned before. It's been a good year. Our profitability grew even faster by about 61%, which is really an exceptional number. Don't expect it for next year. If we keep this up, we'll own the world, so that's probably not going to happen. But I think a lot of great results, and what I like in particular is that we managed at the same time to keep investing. It's not as if we achieved bigger profits by not investing in the future. So I think, again, it's a good balance between getting good results out of the business, but also investing in the future. And maybe finally, the point I like to make, and it's obvious, but I think my mother used to say that good stuff doesn't come by itself. Good stuff gets delivered by great people. And we have about 25,000 people around the world that work day and night and actually give their best that have made it happen. A good chunk of them are here today. I'm really happy with what you've done. And it's all because of you. So thanks a lot for a great year. That's worth applause.
First of all, as a prize recipient, I understand the importance of this award, and I'm glad it's gone to people who really appreciate and embody what Naspers is today. And Serge is one of those people. Glenn, well done to you too, richly deserved. So Serge joined us in about 7 years ago in 2010 from PwC, and he's done a phenomenal job. First of all, we didn't have a tax function. We had one guy running around trying to sort out the world and keep up with Koos and all the deals that he was doing. And Serge came in and he helped put together an incredible function. He helped us in this pivotal moment where we went from a regional structure to a segment structure, which has really transformed Naspers. And you think that's easy. To go and actually put together the org and make all of that happen is incredibly hard, and Serge drove that with immense ease, bringing solutions to the table. Then he had the particularly hard job of convincing the Dutch tax authorities that the Greek CFO wasn't a crook and it was fine, and we really wanted to do the right thing. And we really had to rebuild the relationship, not just with the Dutch tax authorities, but across the world. And Serge did a phenomenal job in putting our credentials out there, showing people that we always do the right thing. We care about the communities and the countries in which we operate. And then, most importantly, and I think his greatest achievement is the phenomenal team that he's built. And you heard from the video how much people respect and appreciate Serge. He's an incredible leader. He has great time. He has lots of time to listen to people. He encourages people. He's solution-driven. He's down-to-earth, approachable, and he's put together a formidable team. And his team, his peers, and his colleagues respect him. And most importantly, his biggest achievement is we always know that if we go to Serge with a problem, there's a solution. And he'll get us there, and that's a phenomenal thing. And then last of all, I know that Serge bleeds orange, not because he's Dutch, but because he's a true NASPAS person, and I'm extremely proud of you, Serge. Well done, and an excellent achievement.
I wrote this before I saw the video, because it would probably have been something different, but yeah. When I was 12 or 13 years old, I told my parents that I wanted to use my savings to buy some shares. And with my very limited knowledge, actually no knowledge, of stock markets and economy in general, I had made a list of some companies that I thought were worthwhile investing in. My list included some of the typical Dutch companies, Philips and Royal Dutch Shell, and I was very keen to invest in those shares. So my dad made an appointment for me at the AMRO Bank, a bank in my hometown, and off I went. When I arrived at the bank manager took me to a separate meeting room and dressed with a suit and a tie, listened to my story. And he advised me not to buy the shares that I had carefully selected, as it was very risky to invest in shares. But he advised me to buy some shares in a fund. So I bought some shares in All-In Fund. I still remember the name. And I left the bank with a handful of All-In Fund shares. I must have been so impressed by the guy's suit and tie that I followed that advice. In the years to come, the share price of this fund didn't move much. And I started to regret my decision to follow the bank manager's advice. And instead of becoming a modest but successful player of the stock markets, I was about in the same position as I was before I made that decision to invest in shares. One of the things that I really like about my job at NASPAS is the freedom that I get to take decisions. And it's decisions where risk is involved. It's a great company to work for, and because it's entrepreneurial, and the focus is not on risk management, but on getting things done. And the fact that the company operates in the tech and internet arena makes it even a more exciting company to work for, very much on the forefront where things are happening. So thank you, Koos and Bob, and Steve and Kobus, and Basil, of course, for giving me the opportunity to work for this group. And I'd also like to thank Basil for encouraging me constantly to work on developing myself. That's very much appreciated. Receiving this award is a real privilege and honor, and I feel very proud. It means a lot to me, and I interpret it as a token that my level of risk-taking is considered right by the company. Thank you.